Hi, it's Eliana, and today I am going to discuss some ethics and something that happened to a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention who the person was, or I'm just going to say, honestly, I don't like what was done to my friend. So, my friend does hypnosis sessions, and he works with Secret Space Program SSP asset experiencers. He does hypnosis sessions with them, and he also interviews SSP experiencers. So recently, my friend was targeted, and this is sad. This is really sad and inappropriate behavior. One of my friends, I would say, it became a client. At first, it was someone he interviewed, then it became a client. This person basically fabricated a false narrative story about having SSP experiences, about being descendant from a clone, being in cloning facilities, also having past lives that weren't true. So he spent several weeks studying the different, what he calls the SSP lore, the different stories of experiencers, and creating his own fabricated story, mixing in past life stuff with Secret Space Program stuff. I'm a hypnosis practitioner, so I don't just take anybody on to work with. I question them. I get them to make questions as well for their hypnosis sessions. And if something is off to me about the client's intent or behavior, I'm not going to have them as a client. Because honestly, if you're going in for a hypnosis session, it should be with good, honest intentions to find out more about your experiences, whether that's SSP, whether that's some memories of other things like ET contacts, ET abductions, other phenomenon that's connected to the supernatural or the paranormal world, whatever it is. Don't fabricate stories. Don't make up anything that's not part of your memories or experiences. Don't create something just to see what you can do to fool a person. Don't do that to hypnosis practitioners, to psychics. That's unethical. So this person who had a session with my friend, the hypnosis session was recorded in Zoom video. And then without my friend's permission, this person who was a client of his and was on their show basically took the footage, ripped it up in little snippets and parts, and used it in his own documentary shows to say that the Secret Space Program experiencers are part of a cult fabricating their experiences, and that none of this is true. What people's experiences are is their experiences. We can't say that they're fake or not true. We're not the ones who are part of those experiences. We really don't know. So I don't say fake or true. I actually get to know a person to figure out if their experiences are real or not. Before I interview anybody, before I engage with anybody, I really get to know them to make sure that I'm not being told a story or a fabrication. I take my time to understand a person, where they're coming from, who they are, what their experience is or was or will be. So honestly, I really do connect to a person beyond just what I'm told. Because facts, as we now know, can be made up. This person, this individual who is now attacking my friend in the SSP community, they fabricated the whole thing. They practiced it. They planned it out. They infiltrated the SSP community. And it's not just my friend who has ended up in the video. There are several other individuals in that video who I interviewed. Their faces, their testimony is in that documentary video that this person who faked having experiences actually put in, saying that we're all part of a cult and we're making a lot of money from this industry. This is not an industry. I don't go to any of the conferences, UFO, ET, SSP conferences. I don't go to any of that. That feels low vibration to me. It's a low vibration. I share my experiences. I interview people who've had experiences. I do hypnosis sessions, psychic reading sessions. I do it with the highest vibrational intent to help people. I'm not here to brand myself, promote myself, and go to conferences. I never believed in doing that in the first place, and I don't plan to. Honestly, conferences just feel low vibrational to me. Maybe to some people it's great experiences to meet other people like themselves, to share what experiences they've had, their stories, do compare and contrast. To me, I don't feel the need to do that. So I don't like to travel around. I don't like to stay at hotels. I don't like the long trips, the hours in the planes. I never did like any of that. So I never did any of that. I just like to interview people about their stories, genuine, real experience stories. And that's what I do. So I don't condone the actions of this person who tricked my friend. I don't. And this person didn't have permission to post the hypnosis session video. Even though he paid for the session, and that's his video, you still have to get permission from the person who recorded the video for you, the practitioner, because they're conducting the session for you, the hypnosis session, in trust and faith that you'll not do anything bad with that video footage. It's strictly for your own private viewing. It's not to put out publicly to defame, to deface somebody else. No, it's not for that. It's for you to review if you want after your session and to get more perspective on your experiences, to understand your soul better, what's going on with you or what happened to you. That's all it's there for. It's not to be weaponized and used against the practitioner who worked with you. That's low morals. That's low ethics. That's coming from ego. That's not coming from a high vibration standpoint. It's coming from a point of, I'm going to expose this person and give them a bad name when they don't deserve it at all. My friend is a decent person who cares about other people. So to go and do that to him publicly on a big media platform, that goes against all my ethics. If I record sessions, hypnosis, psychic readings, I do it on good faith that the people that I work with will not use that private footage to mudsling somebody with that. It's not to be weaponized. That is horrible. That comes from ego, trying to expose somebody, to infiltrate something. There's nothing to expose or infiltrate here. There's no conspiracy theory here. There's no cult here. These are just people sharing these experiences publicly, in groups, on video. They're just chronicling their experiences. Some people go to conferences, some people are speakers, and they talk about what they experienced. They talk about the secret space program. They're all individuals who have the right to do that if they want to do that. They're not doing anything wrong. It's not a crime. It never was a crime. And this person made it seem like it is a crime. And hopefully that video, that little documentary that he posted, is taken down because he violated somebody's trust. and he violated copyright law because he was not given permission to post that private video. Even though he paid for it, the session was done for him by somebody else. He didn't do self-hypnosis for himself. That's different. If you do self-hypnosis and you choose to post that self-hypnosis video, these sessions, and say, hey, that's true or not true, go ahead. If you conducted your own hypnosis session and you want to take it apart and talk about it and analyze it, go ahead. And if you did a hypnosis session with somebody else, the practitioner who recorded it for you, ask them permission before you post it. I'm going to give you guys an example. I had done a hypnosis session with Alexandra's Wall Callis, and I had uploaded it to YouTube to let her review the edits that I did on it, because I actually wanted it to be public to share my experience. And I recorded it on my end. She knew I was recording it. Unfortunately, there was a glitch in YouTube, and my unlisted session went public. It went live. And I let Alexandra know right away what happened, that it was a mistake. I wasn't going to release the session until she approved it with the edits. But it happened. I let her know. I explained that session is public. It's available for people to view. I have nothing to hide. I choose to freely share my hypnosis sessions. And if my practitioner tells me to edit something out of the session and remove it, because there's private info or whatever, I remove it, because I want them to feel comfortable with what I post. So there was a glitch in YouTube. This happened, unfortunately. I was very embarrassed because a lot of my other videos that were unlisted suddenly became public. And somebody saw me doing a channeling of Zagor for a session that was never meant to be public. But I had backed it up on my Google Drive, and it was unlisted, but it went public. I fixed the glitch. It's now unlisted again because that's not meant for the public. But something with this, because I sometimes pre-schedule my sessions, my interviews, when they'll be publicly posted on YouTube. I'm no longer doing that. I'm no longer using the scheduling thing to release sessions or interviews or whatever presentations I'm working on. I now just manually choose when to post them, because unfortunately that little glitch with Google and YouTube was happening for like a month. And yeah, it's unfortunate that that happened. And I explained myself to Alexandra. She's a wonderful hypnosis practitioner. She was kind and caring and understanding. And that was an unfortunate issue that happened. And I was having computer malfunctions that week. It's just something in the cosmos. It's Mercury retrograde at that time as well. So, but going back to ethics and morals, don't post something if you don't have permission from all parties involved. So it's unethical, and it's unethical to lie, to fabricate stories that are not true, to make things up. If it's just low vibration, you accumulate karma this way. You create drama, you create trauma. It created drama and pain for my friend, from this person who is clearly sitting in their ego and they're not doing a good thing. There's a lot of people supporting this person who did this fake story, this fake SSP insider BS that they fabricated their story. A lot of viewers are supporting that they did a huge service to humanity, exposing my friend. Well, he didn't do a huge service for humanity, exposing my friend, because there's nothing to expose in my friend. He's not doing anything fraudulent. Some people do hypnosis sessions from their own free will. They choose to explore their soul stuff, whatever they want to explore, their experiences. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's not a crime. And to label it as a conspiracy theory, a cult, and that we make huge money, that this is an industry. That's not true. This is not an industry. It's not an industry. We don't make money from this. There's not like thousands, hundreds of dollars made from this. There's not. Honestly, like if someone wants a hypnosis session, they go and do a hypnosis session. They get a video recording from it, because I record all my hypnosis sessions. That's the ethical, moral thing to do, to record a hypnosis session. That's what good hypnosis practitioners do. Because if a person wants to know what happened in their session, they have a right to do so and to receive a video. I always ask whether a person wants a video of their session or not. And I don't keep session videos on Google Drive beyond 2 days, because there's limited space on Google Drive. So the client gets their video and it gets deleted after 2 days. I don't keep the videos. I don't want the videos of sessions. So the person has 2 days to download the video and to save it and keep it private. Don't share it with other people. Don't give it out to anybody else. It's for your own private use only, unless you get stated express permission from the practitioner to share the video with somebody else or post it somewhere else publicly. Without permission, don't do it. It's not worth the hassle and the pain. I mean, YouTube had a glitch. My video, my private session went public. It was edited, it was sent to Alexandra, and it became public. Okay, I let her know. I explained myself. You know, it happened. It went public. It was embarrassing for me that happened, that there was a glitch, but it happened. Okay, but I always ask permission before I do something. It doesn't feel good if I do something without permission and it hurts somebody else. It just feels low vibration. So this whole situation isn't good. It's just demeaning and unfortunate that somebody would even think of doing this, of fabricating stories and saying it as truth and then trying to infiltrate hypnosis practitioners to expose them as something that they're not. It's just bad. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's just shameful to see that happening. And I hope this individual, that video is taken down from the media platform that they posted it to, because bad ethics, low morals, doing something like that comes from ego. It doesn't come from a good intentional place. It comes from low intentions, bad intentions, unfortunate intentions that have consequences. And this will have consequences for that person who did this. So again, I'm not going to say names. I never do say people's names on shows because it's not good. I don't do it. But just beware that there is this one person out there who wants to infiltrate the UFO community, the SSP community, the spiritual community. He's out there and he's doing this. So, and he's gaining popularity from it. Again, bad intentions, bad ideas have consequences. That's real. So before you do something, think about it. Because again, when we do things that are low vibration, they can hurt us and other people in the process. And everything has consequences. And it's unfortunate that this happened. I really don't condone it. So again, actions speak louder than words. And that person's actions and their words are speaking loudly. And let me tell you, I'm not impressed with what they did, nor do I condone what they did. And I'm an experiencer myself. I've had experiences with many different things in my life. And I could not watch that person's video in its entirety because It's a travesty. It's ridiculous what that person did to my friend. And it's not right. So I just wanted to discuss that a little bit. And again, I don't put my own personal feelings into any of this. I'm just talking about morals, ethics, boundaries, and respect, which this person trampled on all of those things and just went beyond the pale of decency in what they did. So again, I don't condone that behavior. And if anybody tried to do that to me, sorry, it wouldn't fly with me. It would not fly with me. I don't respect anyone who does that stuff. It's low boundaries. It's crossing so many boundaries and it's going really low. Don't do it. Don't hurt others. It's not worth what that person did. And that's all I'll say. So thank you so much and namaste.